pay dearly, one way or another. If I don't get to her, man, if I don't get to her and life goes on, I'm going to keep hunting her in the next life, let me tell you. Here in our great state of Arizona, Jesus land, as some people call it, if you catch an adult sexually abusing a minor, if you catch them in the act, you can walk up to them and execute them, and it be a justifiable homicide, a legal shooting.
As leader of a cult with many enemies, Karen Zerby's whereabouts were a closely guarded secret. When Rick left the family, he broke off all contact with her. So when he decided to challenge his mother over the abuse he had suffered, he had to find her first.
I knew that he had a plan to find his mother. I knew that that's all he was really wanted to do. He really wanted to confront her face to face and ask her, you know, and get some answers.
He was searching for his meaning in life. He really was. And I think he finally came up with the conclusion that his reason for living was to make right his mother's wrongs.
In the summer of 2004, news reached Rick that his mother had recently visited his grandparents in a Tucson retirement home linked to the family. In September, he moved to the city and waited for her to make an appearance. He made contact with his aunt, Zerby's sister, who lives in Tucson and shuns the cult.
I mean, this must have been very difficult for you because so much of his anger was directed at his mother, your sister. I mean, you were, caught in the middle of this, in a sense?
No, I wasn't caught in the middle. He was my nephew. He needed help. He was the one that was going to be helped. And any anger he had a right to it. His mother didn't take care of him. He didn't have a mother.
Growing up in where he was and not doing drugs, getting out, you know, I thought, you know, you're amazing that you've gotten out, you know, and this is the first step. And you're struggling right now. It's very difficult, but take another step. Keep taking one step at a time.
He sat one time and just said, I don't know. I don't know if I can go on. And this was probably a week or so before. And I had known that it was coming. It wasn't a matter of maybe it'll come. It was a matter of when is it going to happen.
Rick rented a room in a rough part of town and found a job as an electrician. He practiced martial arts at a local gym and joined a gun club. And he waited for his mother. Four months after arriving in Tucson, Rick set up his new video camera and pressed record.
This need that I have, this need, it's not a want, it's a fucking need, and I wish it wasn't, but it is. It's a need for revenge. It's a need for justice. Because I can't go on like this.
Blythe, California Police Department contacted us on the morning of January 9th. They found a suicide victim by the name of Ricky Rodriguez. And upon contacting his wife in Washington, they found out that Ricky lived here at this apartment complex. And he had mentioned some things to her that were somewhat alarming, that there possibly might be a murder victim here in his apartment. We walked in, and the apartment was relatively clean and well kept. And a female victim was laying, an elderly female, she was laying on the carpet. It appeared that her throat had been slashed. There were some defensive wounds to her arms, some cuts on her arms as well.
The woman Rick killed wasn't his mother. It was her close confidant, Angela Smith. Smith had helped raise Rick and features in the story of Davidito under the pseudonym Sue. He arranged to meet her early on the evening of January the 8th, planning to force her to reveal his mother's whereabouts.
I'm not trained in torture methods, which is what I'm gonna have to make do. I got my drill here. The reason why it's got this fucking padding on it is just to try to silence it a bit, because I'm in an apartment. I got a soldering iron. Heat. Rather crude implement, I think can work wonders, especially if it's used in the right way. But I'm not trained. I don't know how to fucking do this. I don't even want to fucking do this. God damn it.
As Rick drove to his death, he called his wife 1,500 miles away in Tacoma one last time.
He said the hardest thing about it is that as she was dying, he said she didn't understand what she had done. And I'm like, who? He's like, she didn't get it. These people don't get it. He says, I wasn't expecting that answer. I don't understand how they cannot see what they have done.
Despite the savagery of the murder, there was no evidence of torture. And it's not clear whether Angela told Rick where his mother was. Nor is it clear whether he set off across the desert to hunt down his mother, or see his wife, or simply find a quiet place to die.
It's pretty extraordinary to want to kill your own mother, isn't it?
Well, when your mother fucks you as a child, and instead of being your mother, loving and, you know, and endearing and teaching you in the right ways, instead, you know, when you fuck your little boy, that'll do that to you. That might make you want to kill your mother when you grow up. It really does fuck your head up.
But yeah, I mean, I guess I fucking said all I can say, and what can I say, you know? I would have a peaceful, happy life. I tried. I did. Maybe I didn't try hard enough. Gave it what I could, you know. I did.
He wanted to understand. He wanted to care. And he wanted to do something about the pain that I had suffered and others had suffered, like himself.
You know, and I think many times about why did he have to do it that way? Why would he cross that line to actually kill someone? And you know what? And the only thing I can think of is because I think he realized that that's what it would take, something like that, in order to get people's attention.
If you've been affected by suicide, death or child abuse, call the Channel 4 recorded information line on 08456 041 444. Lines are open round the clock.